Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeff. So in this video, we're gonna check out BTS's dance practice to their new song 2.0. This choreography is viral. That's what I like to see, you know? Obviously, I was hoping for Body to Body to kind of be the single that they're also kind of promoting, you know, like with a video and like with Choreo, but obviously it's 2.0. The Choreo is viral. I've been seeing a lot of dancers on TikTok doing the dance challenge, and also of course a lot of K-pop idols too. I've also seen a lot of people use Hooligan as well. So even though I am like team Body to Body, I am glad that, like, you know, the choreo is great. But before we get to it, just want to let you guys know that I will be reacting to their concert, the Goyeon concert happening this week, and I've already reacted to the documentary, the Comeback Live, full album. So if you guys are interested in all of that, that is on my Patreon. Links are down below. Okay, so as usual, we're gonna go through the choreography first, and then we'll do some pausing. All right, let's get to it. A lot of people actually were suggesting that I watch the fan cams. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the Spotify performance also. I've just been trying to avoid it, but I have seen the choreo through other people. The people that have been doing the dance challenge. So I've seen the chorus. Also, the fish eye. Oh my god, this is different. I am just hoping that the choreo is still easy to see, even though it is fish eye, but we'll see. Hey. Ooh, the footsteps. Ooh, it's kind of like stretching. It's like OG BTS, man. Remember those dance practices? Woo! The choreo is so cool. Hey! Hey! Ooh, nice. Yeah, chin to shin. Hey! This is like, yeah, OG BTS. This is what they do best. Hey! Woo! Yeah! I love the vibe so much. Woo! A lot of formation changes, holy shit. Hey, breathe. It's on the vibe, man. Hey! Woo! The footwork. Hey! Woo! That's cool. The fisheye is it's an interesting choice for this. It's cool, but I wonder if it looks better from the ground. Hey! Woo! Go! Let's go! Woo! Hey! Smooth! Hey! Woo! That travel! Damn! Okay, I like the idea of the bird's eye view fisheye, but the only thing about this is we're seeing less of the feet. So when it's eye level, that's really how choreographers intend the choreography to be seen, right? And that's why dance practices are the way they are. We see more of the impact of the details in that way. So this is an artistic perspective, so it's not ideal for a dissection, but we'll do it anyway. I guess it helps that, like, I have seen the choreography like through other people, And so I can kind of like see what the choreography is supposed to look like. Because if this was my first time seeing the choreography, I might miss a whole bunch of stuff, you know? But yeah, this is what BTS does the best. Like, this was their training, you know? This is where they started. You know, a lot of armies came after, is it maybe like Boy in Love or Butter era, those kind of choreographies, but this is really what BTS started with. A lot of hip hop. If you guys don't know, BTS wasn't meant to be, from what I know anyway, from what I have seen through standing BTS since 2017, was that like BTS was not supposed to be an idol group at first. And they were supposed to be a hip hop group. And it was like nearing their debut, and then Big Hit made them an idol group instead of a hip hop group. Hip hop was what they were doing at first, and I'm so glad that they have a track like this that they can promote with incredible choreography, you know, that is just like, it's so true to the OG. Okay, let's do some analysis. Woo! Love the details on that already. It's so, because it's not as like loud pumping music. So what makes this choreography really pop is like really using our bodies to emphasize beats. Like here is just the intro, but like with those like little movements that are synchronized, that draws you in already, you know? I like that part too. It's like, okay, where are we gonna go? I like how abstract it is and how asymmetrical it is as well. It's kind of like with Swim, you know, there was a lot of asymmetry in the formation because they're traveling across. So there's a cool way to kind of do something as you're traveling, like, you know, you're pausing in the middle or like wherever, and then doing some quick movements to emphasize the beats, and then keep traveling. There's a cool transition without being conventional. Yeah. And then they also have the levels too, which is great. Some are up, some are down. It's like, okay, down, 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 and then split like this. So this is so cool, incorporating the stretching into the choreography itself. So if you guys are dancers, you guys would already know these stretching movements. You know, the stretch, you know, the rotation of your shoulders. So you loosen that up. And then like the head thing, you know, so you don't crack your neck. And then here, stretching your arms. So like in such a short amount of time, they put in many different stretching moments. Yo, sugar man, damn. Cool. So hip hop. Yeah, like I like the incorporation of the movements into the transitions. It's so seamless. Like here, and then boom, and then boom, boom, and then go down. You know, it's just like letting the movement kind of work itself. I can imagine the choreographers kind of just playing around with it and you know, doing some movements and letting the movements kind of flow through. And without even like thinking of where it's gonna go, it's just like letting their bodies kind of move. And so that works really well because it makes it more seamless and transition very smoothly. Hey, lots of vibration. Okay, so this is the meat. I want to pause, but like, it's so cool. Wait, I like this chorus so much. Okay, so first of all, like the footwork to this and the transition to the side is so cool. It's that kind of sliding motion. And so again, this is kind of like one of those moments where I wish we were more eye level, because the cool thing about this specific choreography, this specific moment in the choreography as they're sliding to the other side, is that like their bodies don't change levels. But there's a lot happening in the movement. Like the feet, the arms are moving. It's almost like a robotic kind of movement. You know you know at the airport when there is like those flat walking pad things that are really, really long. It's basically like an escalator, but like flat. You know those ones? I don't know what the official term for those are, but basically it's that idea where if you stood on it facing outwards and then you start kind of like doing something, you know, like whatever movement, it's that kind of like seamless motion like this. You know, it just keeps going, but you're really not moving traditionally. And so it's that kind of effect. It's very statuesque. So here, so the stop is kind of like, okay, statue. It sets you up for that travel without going up and down, you know? So you're like this, you're just like one level while doing different motions. The feet is so cool on this. The feet is what allows them to travel seamlessly. So here, then out. It's this foot. It's this foot that is basically kind of leading the motion. It goes like this, and then it goes like this, and then it goes like this. I hope you can see that. So it's basically that motion, you know, boom, 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 boom. And that allows you to travel with the guidance of your other foot. Yeah, the other foot is really like this, like the foot at the back is really just kind of balancing you. But most of the work is being done by the front foot. Look, the travel there, see? So like when it's here, when it's once it's traveled, this foot at the back anchors you so that you can lift up this other the front of your foot to go this way. Boom, right? And then so this one kind of acts as like a balancing tool for your body so you don't go wonky, right? And then you kind of just like repeat that, boom, right? Yeah. And then at the same time, the upper arms. Yeah, the good thing about it is like it's easier to do with the arm movements, right? But the thing that would be a little bit tricky for some people here is that coordination. If you isolate these movements, they're easy. But putting them together is that coordinated feel and then letting it breathe as seamless and effortless as much as possible so that it looks cool. The effect is cool. But that's the cool thing about this choreography and that's why a lot of dancers on TikTok are doing this choreography because it is really cool. It's like, it's mesmerizing to watch. It's like, okay, I feel like the feet is cool, like the arm movements are cool, and then you put them together, it's like, whoa. And it's like something that we haven't really seen before too. And that's why a lot of dancers are like trying it out. Yeah, the key thing about this is like letting the arm movements finish the moves. Don't go so fast on it or don't elongate the movements so much. Because the thing is like you really need to see the arm movements cleanly. If you don't finish the moves, you won't define the movement. And then it won't be as basically staccato. You know, like staccato is like ta, 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 ta. You know, it's not like ta, 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 ta. Right? Like the second one has like an elongated feel to it. So it's different from swim. Swim has a very elongated, lingering feeling. Right? Kind of like what I said in the dance practice reaction. But this one, it's more static. It's more staccato. It's like a period rather than a comma. So you need to define each movement. And the only way to do that is to really finish your moves. If you don't finish your moves, the in-between moments will be too connected. And you don't want that for here. You need to establish it. Ta, 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 ta. It's like almost robotic, right? Right? So moving on, the cool thing about the next part of this choreography is that we've been the same level on that slide, right? And then suddenly you drop. So same level, and then you drop. Ta, 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 ta. So this is why you need to establish that level and stick to it as you're traveling sideways so that when you drop, you have somewhere to drop. Because if you've already been like lower or like if you're going up and down on like that travel, you know, then this going down won't be as prominent. It won't be as effective. The whole thing about choreographies is that it's not just doing the movements themselves. It's about the effect that you're creating with the choreographies itself. Besides getting the choreography right, it's getting the effect right. So same level, going down. So you're here and then go ta, 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 ta. You're going down and then you pop up. Yeah, pull up. You know, so it's like ta, 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 ta 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 ta, boom, right? So those are the effects that are making this choreography really kind of mesmerizing to watch. It's like, whoa, what's happening here, you know? Also pay attention to the dynamic shifts, where they go emphasizing and when they go laying back. This is not one of those choreographies where it's just like attack, 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 attack. You know, just because it's a hip hop choreography, it's like, you know, cool movements and stuff, it doesn't mean that you're just gonna attack it every single time, making something huge out of everything. It's about the dynamic aspect of it, right? So there's a laid backness to the feeling of this too, and that's what adds to the cool factor, where you're just kind of like just doing the moves. Find the ways where you can be sharp, like here, you can go a little bit more sharper, more precise on those movements, right? So that it's definitive. And then here, you go more laid back. You know, it's just like, we're just cool. And then so that when you go here, again, dynamic part, right? So here you can attack it a little bit more. Imagine if you did, the ta 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 ta, and then ta again. So like that's too heavy all throughout. It's gonna be too much, right? And then also, if you went harder on this part too, you're not you're not letting the choreography breathe. The snap for this is not gonna be as effective. Chill, 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 and then they add more energy to that, so that adds that kind of like outwards feeling. And then on top of that, there's so many layers to this. So here you keep that slanted motion, and then you keep it there so that when it opens, you're just kept there. It's like there is a movement that's contracted, and then suddenly it's the same shape but with arms. So it stays there, like your body stays there, and then the rest of your body is the one that's moving. And then here, so that's why this is impactful. This right here, right? It's a reset. So here, slanted, 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 straight, right? So it's a reset to this. Reset, and then that's another moment, the knock, knock, knock part. That's another moment to kind of just breathe and chill, right? You don't want to put a lot of energy in that, so that when you go here on that punch, that pa, then it's like outward motion, it's big, right? So find intensities where they do the intense movements, the intense executions. Really study those. So once you get the movements overall, if you're gonna cover this, once you mark it, you learn the movements, you know how it goes. Layer it with dynamics. Know when to breathe, know when to just lay back, let it loose, and then know when to punch it, right? Because that will make the performance. That's what's going to be satisfying for us viewers who are viewing you on TikTok or on YouTube. That's what would make us go like, whoa, they got it like how BTS does it. Like that's a really good cover, Because subconsciously, even if you're not a dancer, you subconsciously will know when it's a good cover, right? These little things is what makes us go, whoa, it looks exactly like how BTS does it. That's how you do it. And then you see other people who are dancing it well, they're doing all the motions, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like how we are supposed to watch it. Because a lot of them, they miss these kind of nuances of like the dynamic changes, the level changes, what makes the essence kind of overflow, So these are like easy things to add in, but it's easy to forget also. Like that's so powerful. Boom. It's so abrupt also. This right here, it's so abrupt. And it goes back to here, reset again, and then the head outwards. So cool. Yeah, this choreography doesn't need to be big. It doesn't need to be big. It's so subtle, but it's so effective. It's on the vibe. See, there are so much vibe to this, right? I also like how J-Hope attacked this transition. You know, it's so cool. I love his line. So again, yeah, you know, you stop here, stop, and then here, lay back, just bounce, more of a bounce, and then it's like a reset again to like harder execution. So there's a lot of resetting here, which plays well with the lyricism and the melody with like that do, you know how I do. So there's like kind of like ta 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 ta. I love how Jimin travels there. It's so him. It's so him. Because of who he is as a dancer and like his just natural movements, it's hard to copy. There's a moment of like, I'm gonna go crazy on this part. That part. I don't know what it is. You know, it's just him. He looks so cute doing it. Hey. Did V just smoke? Whoa. Hey. Yeah, and the good thing about this performance-wise is like BTS themselves, they don't need to go as hard all throughout, and so that's really good, for example, for like concerts, you know, like they're doing the concert this week, they're starting the tour this week. It's very strategic, you know, it looks cool, but at the same time, it lets them breathe. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't necessarily need a lot of stamina per se that would take away from their live singing, you know? Okay, so we're going to imagery part. Domino effect there. Ooh, what's happening there? That's cool. Oh, it's like a wave, and then here. That's a cool effect. Hey. Yo, okay, so this is more traditional hip hop here. Like the way they executed this, the way the formation was. I do like the transition to that moment. It's a one leg hop. Yeah, I like Hobie's section there too. Yeah. Yeah. Smooth. So it's the same chorus music-wise, but they changed the choreography here. Yeah, this is why the first chorus went more viral than the second one. The second one it's cool, but the first one is definitely something a lot more intricate, more interesting. And then we're starting to repeat some of the choreographies here, but just like in different formations. Yeah, but like it's the other way as well, because earlier we had it on the other side, like this thing. That's cool. I like that. They also have a lot of domino effects, you know, like this one, because of the melody, the lyricism with the ta 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 ta. There's a lot of those because really that's the effect that it's going for. Also, it's almost like an echo. Wait, they have different ones too. So they went down, 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 and then it's a turn. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's really cool. That's a cool effect. So it's domino effect, and then like you slap the floor, and then you rotate as you're going, as you're slapping. So you go this way, and then you as you're standing up, you go outwards the opposite way. That's awesome. Smart. Hey, I love these moments. It's just like the vibe, but like there's a coolness to it. There's a stop, you know. There's like a sway stop. Look at Jimin. Look, hey, 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 you know, which is cool. And then like there, so it's like a sway down. And then here you stop. You need to make sure that you're actually really taking your time to go down, because if you go down way too much, you don't have anywhere to go, right? If that first going down is too low, you're gonna have a hard time going even lower. And if you stay up there, you know, if you don't utilize your height enough to go down and you just stay up there with like this, you know, you just kind of like stay level like that, it's not gonna have the same effect. Especially in this section where you had that kind of like ta-ta, and then you go up. So it's like down, 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 and then kind of like a rotate, like a statue again. So it's like boom, 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 and then ba ba, and then you go up. This is cool. This is cool. Love that. So they brought back the slide, but it's a different slide. It's a slide snap. It looks like that this foot is the one sliding and kind of making the move, kind of having this effect. It's like claw, and then it pulls your body towards that way. And then this other foot is the one that is acting as a balance. So this is like pull. You can't isolate it as much as how I'm describing it. It needs to happen at the same time. So this is kind of clawing to kind of pull yourself, but this is acting as a balance. It's like a snap. It's like a slide snap. I like that though. It's a suspenseful travel, and then it goes pop at the end of it. Yeah. See, in the album reaction, I was hoping that this like let it bleed. I wish that it climbed, because it went back to the chorus the way it's been. I was hoping it would go like let it bleed, like, and then it goes like, you know, into like something bigger. But like, let's see the choreo. Yeah, it's the same choreography, but just like inwards and outwards, less structured, in less formation. It's like it's free flowing. Damn. This was like, I can see this session in the choreography where the choreographer's like, okay, so you just do, you know, just do whatever, freestyle it to get to your next position. Yeah. So again, repeating the choreography, but just like making it more interesting with different formations. I love the bounce. Cool. This will be fun on stage to do. Woo! Ace. Woo! Yeah, I love how they finished it actually, choreo-wise. Yeah, as a song, I was like, oh, I wish it would kind of built up to, you know, after the Let It Bleed. So they could build and go somewhere else. Because like the feeling was kind of going there and then went down. But with the choreography itself, they had a little bit of a section here where they just sped up quite hard. That was basically like the climax of the choreography, you know? So here, the body sways allowed for that kind of like momentum. You know, it's smooth, like you don't know what's coming, and then it's like kind of, they go right at you. Literally, Jimin went from like the back to the front so hard. Smooth, and then hard. Yeah, so again, like with the tug of war of the feeling and the dynamic change there, so you go slow, 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 and they go hard, hard, hard. So imagine if you attack this part with like so much intensity, then the following movements are also as hard. And so it wouldn't have that kind of change. You know, it would be just the same feeling if you keep attacking it. So it just goes back to what I was saying earlier, where this choreography, you need to know when to breathe, when you need to let it just go and, you know, just feel cool and vibe, and then find the moments where you can go hard. Like obviously here, they're just like, even though it's like it's a cool, sexy movement, it's chill, right? And then when they need to go hardcore, it's just like that kind of travel, you're just like attacking it because the climax. And then so when you punch it here, it's very impactful, and it's like a mic drop kind of moment at the very end. So that travel, it's like your upper body just stays the same and your lower body is doing all the thing. See, it's like your upper body's just like static, and then your feet are the one doing everything. And then boom. That's like a old school hip hop move at the very end there. Yeah. So it's like for that last moment, because the entire thing, it's almost like it's, I would call new hip hop. I started kind of saying that when I was reacting to Choreo. Because like we had old school hip hop, right? And then we had modern hip hop. And I feel like now we need a new term. I don't know who needs to kind of officialize it, but we're past modern hip hop. You know, we are in the new hip hop era. So I don't know, like these are unconventional hip hop movements. Cause like when there's old school hip hop, you'll know it's old school hip hop, right? Kind of like that very end, boom, that kind of thing. Like that's old school hip hop. I feel like it's time for a new term, new hip hop, because TikTok era is not just easier movements per se. Of course, that's kind of where it started, just like fun choreography, but it evolved from that. And we're seeing more hip hop dance choreographies on TikTok that are more complex, right? And that's why I'm saying that like it's almost like a combination of like competitive hip hop and like TikTok hip hop. You know, it's all, and that kind of births like a new hip hop era where you can do a solo version of it, kind of like what's been happening with dance challenges, but at the same time put it together in a group. And then again, just like movements themselves, they're like moves that you've never really seen before. Because, you know, for example, like for old school hip hop, you know that it's old school hip hop because there are like repetitive movements that happens and that are being incorporated into different choreographies, right? So again, I'm glad to see them tackle this kind of choreography again on a title track or like on something that they promote. It's been a while, you know, like them crossing to the US market, into Hollywood. Of course, they have cool choreographies too, but it's not like this. And I'm glad that the choreography is viral. That's very important, not just within the fandom. The thing about this whole thing is like, yes, we can enjoy what BTS does within the fandom, but it's so cool to see when, you know, for example, like the choreography like this is being done by like people outside the fandom. Because I was seeing on TikTok like a lot of dancers that are not necessarily like K-pop accounts, but like they're dancers just like doing the choreography. And that says something about the choreography itself. That means it's cool. Again, I will be reacting to the concert, the one that's happening this week. I'll be reacting to the first one, to day one, because I feel like that's like the energy is going to be really, really cool. It's going to be so lit. So I'll be doing that on Patreon. I already have the Comeback Live documentary reaction and also the album reaction. So a lot of BTS stuff on there. All right, thank you guys so much for watching with me today. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, do like and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any content from me. And if you'd like to see more exclusive reactions, I do have a Patreon, links down below.